I was born under the sign of Caranus, the stag-faced savage god of the wilderness and the hunt, to the Paleo-Celtic cultures. I was born to be a hunter, and a hunter I am. Such is the way of our people, since before we struck fire from the living rock. Let me tell you a hunting story. Howdy folks, Tex Grebner here with Tex Grebner Outdoors. Welcome to another edition of Illinois Archery Season 2014. When you're hunting public land, it can be necessary to hike into the most inhospitable corner in hopes of avoiding other hunters. I had overslept, which complicated the situation even more. The leaves had fallen since I had last hunted, and so my approach to my tree stand tree was not stealthy by any means. But once up in the tree with an arrow on my string, I was set up in a prime location. There was a rub line across the ridge top, and I was about 100 yards from the edge of the timber. I had heard a few hunters' lies about the rut being in full swing, but as I sat, I forced myself to believe them. The sun rose higher and higher, and the mercury fell further and further. A red-tailed hawk circled above me, and the crows cawed in a picked cornfield far away. Every day of hunting is exactly the same, but every day of hunting is just a little bit different. Every day of hunting for Tex Grebner is a brand new adventure. The leaves rustling from the cold breeze set my heart into my throat, and I watched the edges of my line of sight, praying simply to see a deer, to know that they existed. But it was rapidly becoming a war of attrition. Man versus himself, and man versus nature. Man versus himself, trying to sit still in the frigid air, and the frigid air sucking his resolve. But still I sat. I used my can call a couple of times to give a few estrus bleats, but to no avail. I watched the red-tailed hawk grab a squirrel from its nest, and wished that I was yet again half the hunter of that beautiful creature. Finally, I was forced to move. The cold had sucked my resolve, but I would not be beaten. I will return to this desolate autumn wilderness in search of a wily whitetail. As always, God bless all my sportsmen of America. Join the NRA to protect our rights. Please check out my friends over at legallyconcealed.org. Thank you very much to those of you involved in law enforcement and those of you serving in the military. And thanks for watching Tex Grebner Outdoors.